Oh God, my dingo go-kart here. Made for full-size adults, but not full-size fat adults. But anyway, hey guys, welcome back. It's Mesker from GI Bro. A few of you may have stuck around for my last review on the Central Pneumatic impact wrench and the Chicago Electric impact wrench, both in the half-inch drive, both from Harbor Freight. Really good tools. When we did our test, I learned a lot about my air compressor. Just to start off straight up, this was a freebie. I didn't purchase this. My father-in-law got it. He's an auto dealer, bought it for his shop, and it's too small for what he needed. He had a big one, but he thought this would be good to take around the lot to fill tires and stuff. And I guess he just wanted something a little bit, maybe even smaller. This is too big for what he needed. Nice hot day today, so a good cold beer will make this go a lot smoother. So anyway, you can pick this up. This model is the 67708, 125 psi, 2.5 horsepower, 10-gallon oil compressor. So you want to make sure you do add oil to this unit. This is not a maintenance-free oilless one. So you have to pick up some oil when you buy it from Harbor Freight, if you're going to buy it. So just hang on to the end of this review, because I have some stuff that might change your mind if you're in the interest of this or even some of its similar models that Harbor Freight offers. Start off with all the components you have up here. So you have your single piston air compressor. It's an oil-fed, 2.5 horsepower, standard. Most of the air compressors, I should say a few different air compressors at Harbor Freight, have the exact same engine, same pressure, same everything. So this should be a very similar test and similar review on those other models. And not for nothing, today I went to their garage weekend yard sale thing where they have a little tent in the parking lot sale, I'm sorry, and they have a bunch of blowout sales and everything. And I saw the 21-gallon version, which has it should be the identical motor, compressor and everything, and there were 5 of them. 5 of them that have been returned as is for 25% off on their door. Now, you might think, hey, 25% off, it's a good deal. But when you see 5 of them there, I worry about the quality and the consistency, so I would want nothing to do with that. If there was 1 of them, maybe it's a good deal. But when you see 5 of them, there's something probably not going on, with those. I didn't see any of these that were there in the used bin. There's plenty of these new, but they're the same exact engine and compressor, so you should be a very similar thing. So you'll get your 2 standard, just like most air compressors, you have 2 gauges. One that'll measure the tank pressure. This one will put it up to 125 psi, and then your output pressure. So your standard spray guns, you're going to run about 40 psi. Your impact guns and other hand tools are going to be around 90 to 100 psi. So they'll do both. Your power switch, it's got 2 settings, off and auto. When you throw it on, if you got a full tank at 90 psi or better, it won't do anything, it'll stay on. But as soon as you drop below 90 psi, the sucker kicks on. You got a circuit breaker reset. You have some your standard 1/4-inch inlet, so you can do your quick disconnects for your hoses. You're always going to have a bunch of different hoses for your applications, spraying, oil, all sorts of things, your filters. Your oil levels, biggest maintenance thing you have to keep in mind. This thing will burn the oil very quickly, so you want to make sure that the oil is along the same line. We will do a little side review later. You can follow up on how to change oil. It's extremely simple. It can be messy, but if you have the right funnels and stuff, it's simple. But just maintain the oil. Make sure you're always up on it. There is an emergency bleeder valve where you just yank on it. If you got some kind of a pressure problem or emergency, or if you got to release the pounds, just yank on that, it'll pull out. The power cord, 14 amps. This thing is a monster when it comes to drawing power. So you want to make sure you're plugging directly into your wall outlet. Don't be running a 14 gauge 100-foot wire or extension cord all through your lawn and run this. You're either going to pop some breakers, you might even melt your extension cord. Seen that before when I used to be an electrician. On the side, it's got a quick startup guide, goes through the thing. It'll show you step 1, connect air line to coupler. Step 2, close the bottom drain valve. So they say, you want to leave it open. Step number 3, check your oil, make sure it's got a good fill level right down the center of the dot. 4, throw on the automatic switch. And 5, If the compressor doesn't start, hit the reset circuit breaker switch. So it's a pretty basic function, nothing that anybody can't figure out. One thing, just make sure when you throw your fittings on, this is any air compressor, make sure you get them nice and tight, use Teflon tape to create a good bond. Why don't we do a quick test? I want to show you some action of this. So we're gonna flip it on, we'll see how quick it takes to do it. See, it took about a minute and 47 seconds, maybe 48 seconds from completely empty to fill up this tank. For this size of an air compressor, I don't think that's a bad thing. You don't expect it to be instantaneous, but it was quick nor slow. I think it was a standard speed. So as you can see, it's pretty on the market. Whenever you're done with the air compressor, on the bottom of the tank, you do have a bleeder valve. Very, very important that you bleed it at the end of each night. This condensation builds up inside these tanks. My father-in-law, he left this in with 90 psi, Central New York, in his garage, in the corner of his garage. He used it once. He used it once, so it's a practically brand new engine compressor. But when he left the air in, all that condensation just collected and builded, and I'm sure there's lots of nasty rust on the inside, because when I bled it out, all I got was orange water rust coming up. Still though, I lucked out. The compressor functions fine. The air comes out relatively clean. If I was going to use this for any kind of professional use, I would definitely throw a air cleaner, an oiler, all sorts of stuff on there just to make sure it runs clean. Now, when we did our test on my impact gun, and that is the Twin Hammer Central Pneumatic Harbor Freight one for $29.99. I'll throw up the model number if you're interested. This thing, sure, it turns it over, it'll run it, but if you see, as soon as I pull the trigger on it, the PSI drops like down to 70. And if I hold it down, it'll just drain it right out. And eventually, once my tank gets down to 90 PSI or lower, the thing kicks on, starts trying to recharge. It will not, I repeat, it will not power impact guns. I thought maybe this would work quick if you want to throw it on, but we did it. I just did quick little zips on my truck, on my Jeep, and it would not take off the lug nut. It wouldn't even loosen it or break it free. So just keep in mind, this is not an impact ready or a tool ready system. I also bought this weekend on their sale, or this was regular price, use a 20% coupon, just a standard air ratchet, figuring this would be a little bit less. Now this says it uses 7 CFMs. This impact ratchet uses 6 CFMs, so a little bit less. This doesn't turn any better. It still turns like crap. This will make it work, but it will not take anything off. And if you hold it down, it's got the same effect where the pressure just zips right down. So keep in mind, if you think this is going to be good enough for you, it will not. It's a waste of your money. And for the $100 and something bucks that you're going to spend on something like this, the best you're going to get is filling your tires to your car, maybe your go-kart, your four-wheelers. What do you call it? Hobby spraying, not spray painting. You're going to need way more capacity than this. But if you're going to do airbrushing, stuff like that, this will probably do the job, no problem. If you're going to need framing nailing and all that stuff, go get one of those little pancake ones. They come with the free nail guns when you buy it. So don't waste your time on this. I don't think this is a great air compressor. I think it's extremely limited in its uses. I'm seriously, it was given to me for free as a gift, but my father-in-law, he didn't give a shit about this, so I don't know why I'm going to. My neighbor, when I took went over to my neighbor's, she's got a 60-gallon Husky giant one, 11 CFMs at 90 PSI, really good. I'm definitely going that route. I need one of those air compressors for my use. I already knew I did, and I've had air compressors in the past, and this was just a gimme. I think you need bigger. And now, here's the deal. Let me just round this off. Central Pneumatic has much larger air compressors with way better pressures, and they're still fairly priced. I saw one today for $359 bucks. I'll throw you a link to one I think probably is a good one to go with. And I might even go that route because I still like the Harbor Freight ones. They're still durable. I don't think there's anything that's going to break on this unit. And if you need something for just filling up your air tires, maybe spraying your garage or pressure or airbrushing stuff, then okay, fine, this is decent. It's got a 10-gallon tank. But if you want any kind of use where you're going to throw an impact on it, you're going to start wrenching on your truck or Jeep or car or whatever it is, nope. This is not it. This isn't even a booty call. I started using the term booty call for Harbor Freight. I'm dedicating it to you, Harbor Freight alone, because some of your Harbor Freight stuff, it'll get the job done. It's not pretty. It's kind of ugly. Sometimes a little heavy and out of shape, I'll say, kind of like myself. This is not even a booty call when you're talking impacting and automotive repair stuff. This will not do it. This is a fail. So keep that in mind. I'm just trying to be honest, trying to be fair. I think you can do much better at Harbor Freight. So don't think Harbor Freight is complete crap. Stick with it. Please do me a favor. Hopefully this was nice and quick. I didn't want to drag too much on this. Like, comment, support. If you think this air compressor is the greatest thing in the world, please let me know because I don't know what you're doing differently. Please let me know if I'm using this incorrectly. If you think this is crap, let me know. I'll try and maybe recommend some other air compressors out there that I've used that I highly recommend. But this is Metzger. Stick with this, support the troops, and go have a beer. It's Sunday.